What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some video game music. And we're going to listen to something very near and dear to my heart, which is also related to a piece of music I'm going to react to right after this. That is to say, we're going to listen to a track from the Mega Man 2 soundtrack. Mega Man 2, one of my all-time favorite NES games, and if you didn't know, I did a full playthrough of this game a couple years ago, still available on my YouTube, you can check it out. But yes, in a soundtrack full of amazing music, the Dr. Wily's Castle, or maybe it's just Dr. Wily. Let me make sure I have this right. Is it? Okay, so it's called Dr. Wily Stage 1 and 2. But yes, the entire soundtrack is amazing, but this is probably the most pulse-pounding and epic tune, and certainly, I think, the most beloved over time. The soundtrack was composed by Tateishi Takashi, or as you would say in English, Tateishi. And I think he was credited as Ogoretsu-kun, like in the credits of the video game. But yes, this is a remarkable tune. I was recently talking to Yvonne and I was saying that, you know, when I got to Dr. Wily's Castle and my original playing of this game way back as a kid in the 80s, it was one of those moments where as a kid you're just like, oh my god, the music is so epic, and you start gripping the controller a bit harder and you're like, oh, I gotta get serious now, and you really sort of lock in. It really gives you that vibe. And it, as I said, is pulse pounding, it's direct, it's very determined, and I think that is the essence of the track. So it's just an all-time legendary piece of 8-bit video game music, which is now typically called chiptune. There is like this little side story which I'll just mention briefly. There was a Japanese song with Japanese lyrics called Okkusenman, and there was a legendary video and performance of this track, but like done with guitars and someone singing, and that itself has its own internet legend. So I'm not really going to touch on that here, but again, this tune has inspired many different cultural artifacts following its original inclusion in Mega Man 2. More on that in my next video, but let's listen to it. This is from the Mega Man 2 soundtrack by Tateishi Takashi, and I'm trying to remember the year for this game. Just briefly see if I can check that. 1988. So yes, this is from 1988. It's called Wily Stage 1 and 2, and it is just an epic piece. This old school, you know, this is a recording, or this is from the soundtrack. It loops the track twice, so we're going to hear the main track twice here. just so good. So yeah, that double melodic refrain, I can't help but think of Okkusenman, which again we'll get to that. I'll probably do a video reaction for that just to bring it full circle, so to speak. But yeah, this just makes me incredibly nostalgic, which again makes me think of Okkusenman, because that song, that's what it's all about. That those memories of playing video games with your friends, and sort of those exciting experiences you have as a youth, they stay with you. You think of them and you can't get back to them, but they're always there and you can access that feeling. So yes, that's what I feel when I listen to this. And again, just as a piece of music in the game, it just perfectly intensifies the game. You go through all the regular stages, you're accumulating weapons by beating these individual robot bosses, and then you get to Dr. Wily, who's the evil scientific mastermind behind all these evil robots you've been fighting. And so when you get to the first part, there's like 5 different parts of his castle, and when you get to the first part, and it also plays in the second stage, but yes, when you arrive at the first part of the castle, this track plays. And as a kid, I just stood still. I was like, oh my god, like, listen to this track. So yeah, it's a masterpiece. Shout out to Tateishi Takashi, and shout out to anyone who played this game back in the day, and anyone who may have already checked out. Definitely shout out to Michaela, shout out to Chris, who I know checked out my Mega Man playthrough, or my Mega Man 2 playthrough a couple years ago. But yes, that is still there to check out if you're interested, and you can see or hear this music in context. In any case, check out what I have coming in the video right after this. Peace.